Oh, God, no. No. Please get it away from me. Oh my God. Phillips. Zelda? That's what I get for sleeping in my clothes again. Well, since I can't sleep, might as well play something. Don't tell me I have to play what I think I have to play. Yep, that is an oversized moon in the shape of Phil Collins, crashing down to Earth slowly but surely. Well, you know what that means. Yep, you guessed it, Majora's Mask. But on the bright side, it beats any Philips CDI game I have to play. And hopefully that's never. On the not-so-bright side, I have the honor of saving the world from the moon crashing. The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. A sequel that sometimes gets more love than the first one, Ocarina of Time. Originally, a DLC was planned for the Ocarina of Time on the Nintendo 64 disk drive, which was only exclusive in Japan. Unless you're one of the lucky few that have a dev kit in the US. I'm looking at you, Metal Jesus. Because the N64 disk drive failed in Japan, they never brought it over to the States. Therefore, Ocarina of Time never got the DLC that was planned. It was actually Takaya Imamura that had the idea to make a spin-off sequel based on Ocarina of Time. At first, Nintendo was hesitant until eventually Miyamoto said yes. But there was a catch to that yes. They had 1 year to make this game, which is why a lot of the time you see the same characters from Ocarina of Time, reusing as much assets as they can to save on time. Which, because of that, has led to ideas and theories of this all being a dream in young Link's head. Or my personal favorite theory that he's actually dead and this is just him in between life and death. It's all connected somehow, I can feel it. But that's just a theory. A game it took Ocarina of Time's formula for time travel, going back from young to adult Link, and made it a whole 3-day cycle. The story of Majora's Mask takes place right after Ocarina of Time. Zelda brings you back to being young Link because you missed 7 years of your life due to saving Hyrule. She leaves you with the Ocarina of Time and sends you on your way, wherever that leads you, until eventually you run into a Skull Kid. But this Skull Kid's a little bit different than the ones that you're used to seeing in Ocarina of Time. This one has a mask on. A colorful, bright mask with horns and big eyes. Not only that, but he has 2 fairies, so talk about rubbing salt into the wound. You were then knocked off your horse and he goes through all your belongings, pretty much taking everything you had, even your ocarina. After he carjacks a pony, you're then trying to chase him down, trying to get your stuff back and your horse. Soon after that, he turns you into a Deku Scrub, not by choice, leaving you in a permanent Deku Scrub state. That is, until you meet up with the happy mask salesman who tells you he can fix you if you can get your ocarina back, and his mask. After getting the Ocarina of Time back, you then play the Song of Time to warp you back to the beginning of the 3-day cycle, which in my opinion is where the game begins. You have 3 days to stop the moon from falling and defeat Majora. So off you go to the first temple. And the temples are what make this game amazing on top of the story behind it. You have Woodfall, then Snowhead, then Great Bay, and finally, before the final boss, you have Stone Tower. And with the exception of Woodfall Temple, the other 3 have a unique mechanic to the temple design. For example, in Snowhead, you have a major room where you have to raise and lower to get to higher and lower levels of the temple. Then at Great Bay, you have a water temple where you have to turn on different flows of water in the main hub room. And then you have Stone Tower, which, don't get me started, because if you played the game like I did, where you went and got all the fairies your first way through the game, you're going to have a really bad time. And trust me, if you've never played this game before, do not get the fairies first. The stray fairies in each temple can be a pain in the butt. Dylan may have thrown his controller across the room because of one room in that tower. The Mirror Room. And for people that have played this game and know exactly what I'm talking about, I'm sure you agree with me. Probably one of the hardest rooms in this dungeon. I spent 30 plus minutes trying to line up my mirror shield with the mirrors, charging them, then running to the other mirror to charge that mirror, then running to that mirror to destroy a block with the light. And on top of that, the most annoying enemies in the game keep on respawning, attacking you, which disrupts you charging the mirrors. Alright, hopefully that fixed the problem. I don't really want to play through the whole game to save the world. Not really my style. Nope, hasn't moved at all. In Majora's Mask, you have 24 masks you can collect. Of the 24, 20 of them do not transform you. You have the Deku Scrub mask that you get at the beginning of the game. Then soon after, you'll get the Goron mask. And afterwards, the last one before the secret one is the Zora mask. But to get the 24th mask, you have to collect all the other 23 masks. Now granted, the side quests aren't that hard, which is how you get the other masks, but it can be very time consuming. So then after doing all 4 dungeons and then getting all the masks required to get the surprise mask at the end, you then wait one last full cycle to the last day to go face Majora for one last time. At this point, I'm just being optimistic, but I'll check anyway. Entertain myself. After taking out Majora for what you think is the last time, you are then teleported to the Windows XP theme. So if you're ever wondering what the inside of the moon looks like, it's just the Windows XP hill theme. You then have 2 options: fight Majora as is without the 24th mask, or you do 4 trials that lead you to the 24th mask. And this mask makes you unstoppable. This mask is so overpowered that really it should not be in a Zelda game, but somehow it made it in. And if you watched my previous video on Ocarina of Time, you would know damn well that the last boss in Ocarina, Ganon, is not the easiest. It is quite a challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, and Josh, please give me a drum roll for the... That's right, Adult Link is somewhat in this game. It was like coming full circle and realizing all those side quests and helping all those people meant something. But realistically, it made the final boss so easy. I mean, the Great Bay Temple was more of a challenge than Majora. For the completionists out there that spend so much more time getting everything that you can in this game, it's so much more rewarding to just destroy Majora in literally a minute. So after finally defeating Majora, the day is saved. Clock Town doesn't have a moon falling on it, the moon is back where it belongs, and you're on your way. I may have more memories of Ocarina of Time as a kid, but I do remember Majora's Mask a lot more vividly. It's one of those games that made me appreciate side stories in a video game rather than just the main plot. And that is why Majora's Mask is not only one of the best Zelda games of all time, it is one of the best games of all time. If I went through all that hell with the mirror room to not have the moon move back, I don't know what else to tell you guys. Oh no. You know what? Let me go grab something. I'll be right back. Hasta la vista. Ah. Now that whole moon problem's fixed, on to Kirby. Wait a second. The moon's gone. If we have no moon, oh boy, that can't be good. Alexa, what time is it?
There is no moon. It will always be midnight. There is no moon. It will always be midnight. There is no moon. It will always be midnight. There is no moon.
Oh
no. It will always be midnight.
Chop, 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 chop.